Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Shantae, and on this channel we focus on beauty, fashion, and lifestyle videos. Guys, it has been a hot ass minute since I actually did a hair video. I was honestly just trying to avoid manipulating my hair more than I should, and that turned out into not doing any type of hairstyles at all on camera, and I apologize for that. It's just that when it comes to like doing your hair and filming it, it is a whole process. So I feel like I needed to be mentally prepared to take on such a big role. But yeah, I definitely was in a good mood and I managed to film it. I actually filmed this 2 days ago. That was on Tuesday. So this is 2 days later and this is what the hair is looking like. I am so like just happy with how it turned out. It might be a little lean on the top, but yeah, I could easily fix that. But yeah, I'm really excited about the turnout, and I honestly didn't think I had it in me, but I'm so happy that I filmed it. So yeah guys, stick around and yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments and let's get into it. Starting off on freshly washed and blow dried hair, I'm making a part from ear to ear. This has got to be the most tedious part. I feel like it took me a couple goes before this part was actually straight, but I did manage to get it somewhat to my liking. This is just so I could separate the front from the back, which the front would be where the buns go and then the back would be where the braids and also the sew-in go. So as you can see, I'm just trying to make sure my part is as straight as I could make it. Just makes it a little bit more clean and crisp. Even though majority of the part won't actually show, I still just wanted to kind of make it look as neat as possible, and I feel like the only way to achieve that is to make sure that the part is as straight as possible. Now that the part is straight enough, we are moving on to the front, where we are just going to part it down the middle to separate the two sides. And this is actually necessary to make as straight as possible because this part will actually show in the end. So you just want to make sure that it is even and the line is also not crooked and all that good stuff. And once we got a straight part, then I'm just gonna tie them in 2 loose buns and get started on the back. Moving on to the back of the hair, I'm just going to part and braid going across. This usually helps with minimizing breakage to the back of the hair. I usually braid this section like this and everything else gets braided downwards. So for this section, I'm not so worried about what the part or the braids look like. The goal is just to make sure that there are braids for the bundles to be sewn on. So this is basically what it looks like when I am done. So guys, that's basically how it's looking. I'm gonna start actually sewing on the hair on the back. Don't mind the noise, there's a lot going on, but yeah, I thought I'd just come in. Yeah, so I'm gonna start sewing in on the back. I'm gonna sew this part down and then start with the hair. Oh, let me show you the hair I'm gonna use. It's actually the hair that I used for my Jamaica trip. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll link it up above. But yeah, I usually reuse my bundles because they're that good. And I also those bundles I actually also got from Weave Darling as well. I'll link her Instagram somewhere on the screen, or if not, in the description box. But yeah, and I think I've had those bundles since somewhere last year, so I've actually wore it like a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna put the curly bundles back in. As you can see, I am doubling my thread and knotting it at the end. I usually break my hair down into two sections where I'll sew the hair down going across to the left, and then the other section I'll sew the hair down going across to the right. I feel like it's easier this way because there's no lumps and everything is sewn down flat. So this is basically what the results look like. Now it's time to sew on the bundles to my hair. And as you can see, I'm using the needle to go under and grab my hair, and then also go through the weft of the bundle. And I just keep doing that loop technique throughout the whole process. One thing I also did not mention is that I don't usually cut my bundles. I usually sew it across, and then if there's more hair left, I wrap it around and I start to go the other way. It is not good to cut your bundles, guys, because it causes a lot of shedding and we don't want that. So guys, this is what it looks like when I'm done. For the most part, everything looks great. The top part, however, is not really seamlessly straight, but guys, as I said, it won't show, so it's all good. So now we are on to the fun stuff. As you guys can see, I am brushing out my edges. I find it easier to do it this way because it's less pulling and all that stuff, and I retain edges because of that. And now I'm going in, trying to make sure that my part is as straight as possible before I start. So now I'm just going to start on one of the buns. I'm going to be tying up everything else just so there's no loose hair getting in the way. Now I'm just going to comb it out to make sure that there's no knots in there. And the gel that I'm going to be using is the Aunt Jackie's Don't Shrink gel. And I'm just gonna go in around the perimeter with that gel, making sure everything gets a good amount. Then I'm gonna use my detangling brush just to brush everything out, make sure it's laying. And then I'm gonna go in with my fine bristle brush just to finish the job before I tie it up. Once I got it in the hair tie, I'm just gonna comb out the ends and then braid it all the way down. I usually go back in with my Got To Be glue just to make sure that everything is actually laying and staying down. I usually don't put a lot, just enough so that it, as I said, it's laying and staying down. Then I'm just gonna go back with the brush, brush it down, and then retie it. Now I'm just going to wrap the hair in a cute little bun and do the same exact thing to the next side. So now I'm just going to add the bundles to the end of my hair, and what I do is I usually just wrap it around and then secure it with a bobby pin, and then I just keep going around with the hair until there's no hair left. Right before the hair is finished, I usually grab a few hair strands just to wrap around the weft area so that the weft isn't showing. When it's the hair, when it's the hair, when it's the hair, when it's the rhythm, when it's the hair. So now that we got the bundles on both sides, the goal is to create a messy type of bun. And what I did was I left out a few strands, and I also twist the rest of the hair into a bun, and then I secured it with a hair tie or a scrunchie, and this is basically what it looks like. Just playing with it and just making sure the hair is laying the way I want. So now it's time for the edges, and I'm using the edge booster. I'm not the best at doing edges, but I do the best that I can. So I'm just basically brushing it outwards, adding edge control, and then trying to swoop it in a way where it looks normal. So now I'm all done, and this is what it looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.